Hello and welcome to Trio's February virtual culinary and nutrition event. My name is Tristan Perry and I am the Director of Marketing for Trio Community Meals. February is all about heart health, specifically tips for how you can change your salty ways. That's right, low sodium. Joined with me today is Director of Culinary and Innovation, Chef Mario Reyes, and Registered Dietitian Veronica Gober. Chef Mario is going to share with you an example of an appetizer you can prepare that is low in sodium and still tastes great. But first, Veronica will share valuable information and tips for keeping your salt intake low in order to help your heart stay healthy. Veronica?
Thank you, Tristan. So the Dietary Guidelines for Americans recommends limiting your sodium intake to 2,300 milligrams per day. So most Americans consume more than 3,400 milligrams of sodium per day, and about 70% of that is found in processed and restaurant foods. So while your body needs a small amount of sodium, also known as salt, to function, overconsumption of sodium can lead to high blood pressure, putting you at risk for heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. So tips to lower your daily salt intake. So first of all, read your labels. So check the nutrition facts to see how much sodium the product contains. Reset your salty taste bud baseline. So commit to 1 to 2 weeks of reducing your salt intake and your taste buds for salt will adjust. Eat more vegetables and fruits. So fill up on more vegetables and fruits while decreasing the portion of salty foods. So remember that all salt is salt. So whether it's sea salt, kosher salt, and Himalayan salt, they all contain sodium too. Shop smart. So look for low sodium, reduced sodium, or no salt added products. Spice up your life. So instead of seasoning with salt, try other spices, herbs, citrus juice, and garlic, or make your own low salt seasoning mixes. So a bonus, the herbs and the spices do contain antioxidants that support health. So in the slide, it does list various amounts of spices. So you have basil, cinnamon, clove, cumin, dill, garlic, mint, oregano, paprika, parsley, rosemary, sage. These are all fun herb spices that you can jazz your dishes up with. So in summary, remember, we do overconsume on our sodium intake. So it can be a task, but 2,300 milligrams is the recommended sodium intake per day. Remember that 1 teaspoon of salt equals 2,300 milligrams of sodium. And then also remember that 70% of our daily sodium intake comes from processed foods and restaurants. So just 3 ways to reduce your salt intake is 1, read the nutrition facts label. 2, add more vegetables and fruits to your plate while decreasing portions of salty foods. And then lastly, know the salty 5. So 1 are the breads and rolls, 2 is cold cuts and cured meats, 3 is pizza, 4 is poultry, and 5 is soup. So let's find out what Chef Mario is prepping in his kitchen today.
Oh, thank you, Veronica. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my kitchen. As you can see, we're all set to go here. We're trying to talk a little bit about sodium and also add some vegetables to your diet. Add some nice vegetables and also incorporate that today. I'm incorporating a little bit of shrimp. So I'm actually going to do a shrimp ceviche cocktail style. Okay, which you actually is not a ceviche that's going to be you're actually gonna eat it like a raw. It's going to be cooked. The shrimp is gonna be cooked right into the juice. And I have here a V8 juice. The main ingredient on this recipe is V8 juice vegetables. No sodium, low sodium clamato juice, and V8 juice. If you take a look at the can of the V8 juice itself, it's a vegetable juice. Okay, it has tomatoes, has celery, has garlic, it has every ingredient itself in there to make it a nice healthy for you, but also good. Okay, at the same time, what we're trying to do is to make sure to incorporate a few different ingredients, just like Veronica talked about it. So the way I'm going to start off is today we're going to do a shrimp with some onions, some tomatoes, a little bit different type of juices, and also of course some acid. So what I have here is, look at this, the V8 juice is a little bit thicker. Okay, you'll see it right here. It's a little bit thicker than the tomato juice, than the normal tomato juice. So you'll see it here. What I have is there. And then this is Clamato juice. Clamato juice. Clamato juice itself, you can find it in the stores right next to the tomato sauce juice and also the V8 juice. It's something that is good for you. It's healthy. Once again, no sodium. Okay, it does have low sodium in there, so you can make sure you do that. So right now what I have here is shrimp, diced shrimp. Look at that. All I'm putting it on is heating it up. I'm gonna put the shrimp on, okay? And all I'm doing is actually bringing this shrimp up to a boil. That's all I want to do is bring it up to a boil. You're gonna see the color is gonna change, and you'll be able to kind of see it and take it from there onto the next level. Okay, so what I have as that continues. What I'm going to do right now is I am going to actually get a little bit of onions, okay? I'm going to get a little onions and I'm going to just dice it. You can use red onions. You can use, on the recipe it calls for red onions. You can also use some regular white onions itself. The reason why I chose today regular, just white or even yellow onions is because of the color itself, okay? It has a nice little color that goes together with the red and the green of the peppers. What I'm doing is dicing it up. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Look at that, dicing it up. At the same time, keep an eye on this. You can starting to already come up to a boil. All we're trying to do is bring it up to a boil. That's all, nothing else. And there, I have a little glass bowl that I'm going to go and mix this and put it right here. Okay, all I'm doing is mixing it into the bowl. I'm gonna put in the bowl. I apologize, and then I'm going to make sure I mix it together with the tomatoes. I have tomatoes. All I'm going to do right now is just dice it, okay? And first of all, I'm gonna go cut it in quarters, and I'm just gonna go and take the leaf. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking the leaf out of the tomatoes, and I'm going to just slice it, and then I'm going to do after that is going to dice it and put it right in there. Look at that. This is ready to go. This is so nice. You'll be able to see it. I'm just letting it cool down there for a minute. I'm gonna turn the heat off. And then I have the tomatoes. All I'm doing now with the tomatoes, I'm just dicing it. The same idea as the onions, okay? The same idea, there it is, look at that. So I have tomatoes, I have onions, and then what I'm going to do now here too is also put a little bit of green onions, okay? Little green onions that is going to be diced and just added to the tomatoes and to the onions. All I'm doing is this right here, just mixing it up and just mixing it into the bowl. The whole idea is to make sure you add your vegetables, obviously colorful, and then I have look at this. All I'm doing now, there it is, look at the shrimp. The shrimp has changed colors, okay? All I'm doing is putting it on right there. I'm gonna mix it in together. You can take it out and cool it down, but there it is. Look at that. All I'm putting it right into the bowl. Okay. The whole idea is to make sure is there. All you did with the shrimp is change the color. Okay. You change the color right there. All we're doing in there. Okay. And then we're gonna put some seasoning into it. A little bit of ancho pepper. What is ancho? Ancho is ancho is a poblano pepper. This means smoked. Okay, it's being smoked, so it's a natural poblano pepper that has been smoked, dried, and then pureed, and that gives it a nice little flavor to it. All I'm doing is adding flavor to it. Once again, Veronica mentioned no salt, any other stuff. All I'm going to do is a little bit of pepper. Okay, there's no salt there. There's a little bit of pepper, and the whole idea you want to do it is the seasoning, the ancho. The juice, everything will blend in to add the seasoning so you keep the sodium away. Okay, a little bit of lemon juice. Always put a little acid to it. So I have a lemon juice. I have lime juice. Okay, lemon and lime juice blend in nicely together. So you have two acids. You have the tomato here. You have the seasoning, and you have the vegetables, right? You have the vegetables. Look at this. So now a little bit of orange juice. All I'm doing right now is just add the sweetness to balance, just to balance the the acid that's going in there. Okay, look at this. Looks really good. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to make sure that I use some of the same juice that I cooked with. Look at this. I'm adding some of the same juice that I cooked. The whole idea is to make sure, the juice gets blended in there. So that way, when you're actually having the flavor of the shrimp is there. Okay, we're not gonna waste it and get rid of it. Look at this. Looks nice. Okay, looks really good. But then at the same time, it's good for you and it's healthy. Okay, as you can see, it's up nice. Think of the summer. Okay, nice. Instead of think of a shrimp cocktail. Forget the cocktail sauce. You have this whole liquid that is being poached. The shrimp's been poached. You can eat that together. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of cilantro. Veronica mentioned some herbs that would go nice with that. Can you add some basil? Yes. Can you add any other herbs that goes in there? Yes. I chose obviously a little cilantro because cilantro goes nicely with this. Okay, and it blends beautiful, and it goes together with this, as you can see. Okay, so the whole idea is just to make sure everything blends together, but then at the same time, it's good for you, but it looks good too at the same time. And it also has to taste good, right? So there you have it. What I'm going to do now is just think of a nice little glass, okay? What I'm going to put it just right in the glass. Look at that. What I'm doing right now is put in the shrimp. There you go. The shrimp goes together. You have the moisture, the liquid of the clamato juice, and then of course the V8 juice that goes there. Look at this. Right now, what I have here is what I call this is what I call a South American, okay, shrimp ceviche, that you can eat it as a cocktail or anything at all. But once again, don't think about eating with the raw fish or anything at all. This could also go nicely with different type of fish. Could go great with scallops. Okay. Yeah, Tristan, let's look at the recipe there. Let's take a look at that in there. And then we have, as you can see, there it is. Look at that. You have all the, you have the onions, you have the juices, you have the moisture, you have the clamato juice, everything that's involved there. Okay, so some olive oil. I like to put just a little bit of olive oil on top as a garnish. That's all I'm doing, just as a garnish on the olive oil, so shines it in there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Please try this in the summers coming up or anything in there. Just enjoy this with the family. Happy cooking from my kitchen, Chef Mario. Tristan.
Thank you so much, Veronica, and thank you to you, Chef Mario. I will leave this on the screen for a second in case you'd like to screenshot it. And if you are somebody who does make this delicious recipe at home, we would love for you to post it on social media and tag Trio Community Meals. At Trio, it is really an honor for us to be able to prepare delicious meals for seniors all across the country in our communities. Follow us on social media for more heart health tips. We appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for watching.